In 1937, Hitler led Nazi Germany, and the sound of war was gradually making itself heard in Europe. The French state decided to launch an emergency program to overcome the backwardness of the French army in terms of military aviation. It was indeed necessary to rearm as quickly as possible an air force that was cruelly lacking modern and efficient fighters to replace the MS-406 Morane-Saulniers in service at that time. A call for proposal was launched and the Arsenal de l'Aéronautique was awarded the contract. The design of this future aircraft was entrusted to two engineers, Marius Vernis and Jean Galtier, who gave their initials VG to the aircraft built in the Arsenal factories. Thus was born the VG33, which derived from the VG30 prototype. The VG30 prototypes had the particularity of being built entirely out of wood. This material has been intentionally chosen because it was non-strategic. Indeed, wood avoided any supplies problem, unlike aluminium, which was then commonly used in the manufacture of all aircraft. Another advantage of wood, highlighted by the Arsenal engineers, was the possibility of having the aircraft's sub-assemblies made by carpenters and cabinet makers. The VG33 was a single-seater with low wings entirely made of wood and powered by an Hispano-Suiza 590 horsepower liquid-cooled engine. Its weaponry was rudimentary and consisted of one gun and 4 machine guns. It was on 1939, 25th of April, that the VG3301, the first aircraft derived from the VG30, made his first flight at Villacoublay. The plane was stable, easy to fly, with precise flight controls. It reached 558 km per hour at 5,200 meters during the official test in August 1939 and could climb to 9,000 meters. The prototype's performance was superior than all the fighters in service at this time, such as the Devoitin D-520. The VG33 flew 30 km per hour faster than the D-520 with an older, less powerful version of the Hispano-Suiza. But in May 1940, Germany invaded France and history took a dramatic turn. In France, it is the debacle with its share of misfortunes and drama that we all learn. At this time, 160 examples of this aircraft had already reached an advanced stage of production in June 1940, but only about a dozen of these machines were able to fly. The few planes available were finally used by improvised territorial air defense units which carried out a few patrols over Villacoublay and Orléans. Indeed, as you can see on this picture, one of the 5 specimens seized in June 1940, the number 3, had been deeply tested at the Rechlin Flight Test Center. As Arsenal VG33 did not take part in the 1914 military operation, there is still open speculation on the real value of this aircraft. One can only assume that also less heavily armed than the Messerschmitt Bf-109, its maneuverability and speed superior to those of the Devoitin D-520 would have made it a great adversary in the hands of experienced pilots. No one will ever know, but nevertheless it is a fascinating model that deserves to be revived as a radio-controlled flying model aircraft. You can see some pictures of the computer modeling that was made using SketchUp from Daniel Boulanger's plan at the 1/6 scale. You are therefore invited to subscribe on the website eol37aeromodeller.com to follow the different steps of its construction. Thank you for following and see you soon.